Cool, so going to try and bring some sense to contour lines on a map today. It's one of the things that people find really difficult to understand, but it's one of the most helpful things if you can see shapes on the piece of land. So this is something that I often do in a navigation course, and hopefully it'll come out reasonably well so that you can understand what we're doing. The first thing that I'm going to do is, with contour lines, they're put on a map at certain intervals depending on what map you're on. It could either be a 10-meter interval or a 15-meter interval. Doesn't really matter for this because we're doing it by scale. So what I'm going to use is a tent peg, and the height of the tent peg is going to be the difference between each of the contour lines that I put in place. So my first job is to mark out on the hill behind me contour line points using the tent pegs. So I'm going to put that one in, and then the next line up is going to be about here, and then the next tent peg line up, because this bit's flat, is quite a long way away, so I think it's going to be about there. Then one contour line up again, be about there, another contour line up, and then the one that I'm missing is about there. So now we've got the tent pegs marking out one tent peg higher than the base of the other one, all the way up the hill. My next job is to drop some strings onto this and lay them out as flat as I possibly can across the hill. So they'll need to curve backwards and forwards away from the tent peg, but they can't go up or down this way. Okay, so I've put the lines out with me being really close to them, so now I'm going to come behind the camera and have a look and see whether I need to move any of them up or down to make them level. Now this one's definitely going uphill a little bit at the beginning, but then needs to curve around. And then this one is doing the same, it's going uphill a little bit. Cool, so that's quite difficult to do with one pair of eyes, but what you can see straight away is that where the ground is steeper, the tent pegs and the lines are closer together, and where the land's flatter, it's further apart. Now you lose a little bit of detail in around the contours because unless the thing on the ground is bigger than a tent peg, you won't actually see it. So the contour lines are showing you the overall shape of the hill, but not a huge amount of detail. So hopefully I can now take the camera point and slide it around and then up and over the top of the strings, and what you'll end up seeing is looking down on top of the map. Hopefully we can see that if the contour lines are laid out flat, when you look down on top of the contour lines, that's what's being marked on a topographical map. Great, so I hope that gives you an idea of how the contour lines on a map can help you understand the shape of the mountains and the hills around you, and to help you use them as a navigation feature.